First weekend of 2021. We're supposed to be having some bad weather come in. They're actually saying we're getting snow tomorrow. I'm in Texas. I've heard this before. Could be, probably won't, but just in case, we're making chili. With this cold weather moving in, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cook up some beef, we're gonna cook up some sausage, we're gonna cook it up out here. After we've cooked that up, we're gonna take it into the house. Mix up all the rest of our chili fixings, tomatoes, garlic, onions. Is it annoying when I do this? It feels very distracting. I've done this before. I said I wasn't gonna do it no more. Here I am, still doing it. So right now, I'm gonna go in the house, get all of the beef, get the sausage, get it all cubed up, get it all cut up, and then I'm gonna cook it out here on this Weber Kettle grill. Booyah. My coals are about ready to dump over into that kettle. I'm gonna use this vortex. I've told y'all about this vortex before. If you want to do any cooking on a Weber kettle, I highly recommend that you incorporate the vortex with you. You put it this way, put your coals inside, you have a wide dispersed heat, and you still have room for indirect heat on the outside. If you put it this way, which is what I'm going to do tonight, you have real hot heat coming right up at the center of your kettle. If you want to move it over to the side a little bit, you got room to do that. Move it over to the side. I'm going to put this dead center of my kettle, and I'm going to cook that right on top of it. If it gets too hot, I can just slide it over to the side. This gets me real concentrated heat right in the center of my kettle, and that's what I'm going to use to cook this beef and sausage for Snowmageddon chili. I like that. We're just gonna go with that first off. Snowmageddon chili. Kids, don't try this at home. I am a professional. So like I said, I'm putting this right smack in the middle on top of that heat. I'm obviously gonna have to slide it off of there just to kind of maintain something so I don't burn all this up. But we wanna cook this hot, we wanna cook it fast. This is the base meat for my chili, and that vortex will get it done. Wooden spatula from Pioneer Woman. Got it at Walmart. I thought it looked cool. I like it better than using some kind of plastic thing, and yeah, with the cast iron, you can use all the metal utensils you want, but I kind of like the way this looks. I'm using 80/20 ground chuck. I got it at H-E-B earlier today. There is not an H-E-B close to where we live. We actually drive an hour and a half each way to go to H-E-B. H-E-B, if any of y'all are listening to this, how can I get y'all to listen to this? Could you bring an H-E-B north of Dallas? You got a few south of Dallas. You got a couple of them west of Dallas. We ain't got none up here. What's up with that? Anyway, I got that at H-E-B, but we don't have one because I don't know why. I don't know why we don't have. I don't know why we don't have one. I would like to know. This is what I'm using as my base, which is from my good friend Ernest. If you look here, Ernies Grubbin Grubb, and screenshot that and get a hold of him. He will send this to you. He grew up out there kind of where I grew up. He grew up exactly where I grew up, out there in Otero County. Now he lives in the Pacific Northwest, but he has taken the flavors of New Mexico and has taken them up there to where he lives, but he'll ship this anywhere in the country. I started to say anywhere in the world. I don't know. If you're watching this from outside of the United States, I don't know. Screenshot the information and get with him. But perfectly honest, this will be the first time I've used this. I have high hopes for it, and I will let you know what I think of it as part of the base for my chili. It's not that cold out right now. It's about 40 degrees. By about 9 o'clock tonight, it's supposed to start dipping way down. That was the reason I decided to do chili. I have a question for y'all. This chuck and this sausage mixture that I'm cooking, people I cook for, they personally prefer it when it's a little more well done on the outside. Not crunchy, but just a little more well done. So how do y'all cook yours? I don't know. I'd love to know. Especially with it being chuck and sausage. Do you cook it a little more medium well, a little more well done? For me personally, and like I said, for the folks that I cook this chili for, they like it to be a little more well done. So that's how I do it. And that's how I like it too. It's 1 pound each ground chuck. Again, that's that 80-20 ground chuck. And 1 pound of sausage. And I didn't get the spicy sausage. The folks that I cook for, they're not into spicy. They don't mind a little heat, but they don't like spicy. And their version of spicy may not be the same as your version of spicy, but their version of spicy is if it stings, if after I take a drink of water, I can still feel it, I don't like it. That's not my particular preference, but it's all right. I doctor mine up. I really hope we wake up to a lot of snow tomorrow. My dogs haven't ever seen snow other than just a small little dusting. So I'm really hoping that tomorrow we come out here and there's, you know, for us, if anybody in another part of the country sees this, you're gonna laugh. But I hope, you know, there's like 2-3 inches of snow. That'd be great. So I got my mixture of chuck and sausage. It's been in that Dutch oven. I've been cooking it up for a while now. It's getting about where I want it to, but like I said, I want to get a little bit more crispy. Crispy on the outside, not crunchy, crispy. I want to get a little more like that before I take it off this fire. Then I'll add all the rest to it. I'll show you what it is. It's, again, this is stuff you can get at your local grocery store. This isn't a whole bunch of stuff. I don't do a lot of this stuff from scratch, y'all. This is stuff I make. Y'all probably already make it, and I guarantee you, there's folks out there right now saying, well, anybody can do that. That's the whole point. Anybody can do it. I'm just doing it, and I'm just filming it and showing y'all how it worked out for me. Dutch oven on a 22-inch Weber Kettle with a pound of ground chuck and a pound of sausage, and my good friend Ernies Grubbin Grubb, which the link will be down in the description, and his email address. I'll put his email address on there. He puts it on his packaging, so I'll put that on there as well. Get you some. While we're waiting for this to get the way I want it to get, I thought I'd tell y'all a little story. We just got done with Christmas, so I'm gonna tell you a Christmas story. I used to work in radio a whole nother lifetime ago, and I was in El Paso at that time. Well, me and one of the guys, that we had the radio van, and we were driving up this road, scenic road in El Paso, where on Christmas Eve at the top they had a live nativity scene. So we went through, and our plan was to broadcast from the top of that area close to the nativity scene because it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful drive. If you're ever in El Paso and you're ever there at night, take Scenic Drive at night. It's amazing. It's a beautiful view. So we're planning on being up on top of the mountain and broadcast from there. Well, we go by and we go in front of the nativity scene and we say hi to them, and we're planning on going just a little ways further and setting up to broadcast. And I don't remember why, but it didn't work out. It wasn't going to do what we wanted it to. We couldn't pull over. There were too many people. I don't remember, but it did not work. Having said that, I'm driving the van, and my partner, he's in the passenger seat. He said, man, that Mary's cute. Now, y'all know which Mary I'm talking about, right? It's a nativity scene. I go, dude, that's Mary. You can't be calling her cute. We got down to the bottom. We circled around, made the whole drive one more time so that he could have me pull over, which there wasn't really any place to pull over. We still had a bunch of people behind us, and we're driving a great big van that says the name of the radio station that we worked for on the side of it. He rolls down his window and he goes, Mary, Mary, come here. Mary said, who, me? He said, yeah, come here. Long story short, he ended up with Mary's phone number. I don't know that there's anybody else on this earth that could say they got the Virgin Mary's phone number on Christmas Eve and ended up taking her out on a couple of dates before New Year's. That was my partner. So here's pretty much everything that's going to go inside this. I'm using some Hatch chili lime powder that I got on one of my last trips back home. Yeah, I use this a lot when I'm cooking just for me. I've got Dimming Extra Hot, and I've got Hatch garlic chili, or Hatch garlic powder hot. And then I'll also, in this one, I'll put this Hatch garlic because it isn't hot. I used Ernies Grubbin Grubb before I cooked this out on that kettle. I let it sit in there a little bit, kind of like a dry rub. I had all of that already cubed up. I had the sausage in there, mixed it all up, put the Ernies seasoning on there, and then went ahead and just let it sit in there for a little bit before I went ahead and started cooking it on the kettle. Next time I go back home, I will bring back a bunch of Hatch green chilies, and that is a game changer whenever you're cooking. For this right here, this is some of the stuff that I'm putting in there. Terlingua Texas chili mix, HEB fire roasted diced tomatoes, HEB diced tomatoes with chipotle. Shocker, putting Rotel in there, 2 cans. I'm gonna mix it all up. I'll put the top on it, turn the fire off. Tomorrow morning, I'll heat it back up, but I want it to sit in this Dutch oven overnight. We got everything mixed in there. Now I got it on a medium heat. Gonna let it all cook in together. Do not want it to get too hot. Do not want anything to burn. Just want to heat it all up and let everything come together. That's tonight. Wait till tomorrow. Just wait till tomorrow. And this is the mighty snow event of 2021.